she said something about your answer that I thought surprised me. So I guess we'll have to reconcile that later. All right.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Make sure.
Never.
What?
Never ready. Always ready. Okay.
Just making sure Sue is falling off.
She's gone.
Okay.
She has spidey sense. She'll hear it anyway.
Oh. That's really unfortunate. Okay. So my first question is, what was the first thing that attracted you most?
Well, I saw her photos first, so
Okay.
I'm just going to admit that when I was browsing on MySpace, as I said in the other video, he had really good photos.
Nice. Okay. So, like, which features would you say do you find the most attractive? I know you said you specifically you do like the curly hair and you do dark skin, but is there something particular about Sue that you're just like, wow?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting enough, I over the years have done a lot of thinking on this topic,
Okay.
and also, we discuss a lot about beauty standards and Anglo beauty standards and Black beauty standards, and we always, and she does and I do too, always complain that the TV isn't have a certain beauty standard they adhere to. Like white people are supposed to have the beauty standard.
Yeah.
So I think because she is mixed with Indian, and something about her features while she's really dark was also very familiar to me. And the hair is really I really like even your hair, I really like poofy afro kind of hair.
Okay.
She had a photo that's really pronounced.
Oh, okay.
So I sort of and also I met her in my rebellious stage. My entire life is rebellious, so
Okay.
it's probably she probably reminds me of all the things that I probably shouldn't like. Oh.
Really? So wait, you said that you met her through, in a rebellious stage in your life. What was this stage? Because I know, when I was talking to her, in her mind, she was just like, okay, I'm looking for a husband. I want that to be my next partner. Where were you at in your head?
She said that.
That's what she said.
She never admitted that to me. When I met her, I'm pretty sure that we said I was just divorced not too long before that. And I'm pretty sure I told her I wasn't looking to get married.
Ooh.
I told her I was just dating, not dating around, but just dating.
Okay.
I think I had came out of on again, off again, long-term relationship, probably the year before I met her, and I said that after that debacle, I would never get into a long-term relationship again. This is even at post-divorce, so I said, let me just go and date and see what happens. And also at the time when she met me, I was still a professional motorcycle racer. I was going all over the place, and I may or may not had a little groupie thing going. But I knew that I had kind of had a nomadic lifestyle. I spent more time on the road than I was at home, so I didn't think I was suitable to have a long-term relationship at that point.
Yeah. That's understandable. I think Sue kind of willed it into existence.
Not according to my perspective. I just thought that I don't know. I think we just met at the right time in life. I wasn't looking for something specific. I was the first time going out to date. Actually, I think she was the first new person I dated for a long time. And I had some other, like I said, the long-term relationship, and I have friends, but I didn't really seriously go on dating. I think the fact that I was on MySpace was my effort to try to get out there and date. But because I was racing and I didn't work in a fixed place, I didn't really have a social circle. That's why MySpace was the thing.
Gotcha. That was sort of your outlet to socialize.
Yep.
Gotcha. Interesting. It's funny that your minds were in completely different places and yet we sort of got to the same place.
Yeah, so we met in 2006 and then we really got serious in 2008. So it was 2 years of dating and getting accustomed to each other.
Okay.
So I think that's a process as well.
Gotcha.
I think we changed in the meantime. 2008, the financial crisis changed my model. I got hurt quite seriously when I think the year after I met her, which meant I decided not to race anymore. So that really had was a factor as well.
Okay. So, were there times when being with a Black woman, were there times where that has impacted you in ways you didn't expect?
Well, I just say relationship in general has impacted me in ways I didn't expect.
Okay.
I said that before. I think it was hard for me to compare it because ever since I became an adult, I really only dated Black women. So, I just say any difficulty I never really attributed to race. It was just like it was relationship. It was hard. I don't consider myself having had an easy relationship, romantic life.
Right.
And I was married once and didn't work out, and I had a long-term relationship that didn't work out. So, in a way, you can say that the fact that we stayed together and things worked out is the unexpected thing.
Okay.
Well, I would add, the thing that I found the most surprising is that I did not think. I think, I don't know about other people, but I think when you're growing up, you always look for people you're familiar with or the personalities that you feel like you are like.
Yeah.
She's almost the exact opposite in many, many ways. And that's, I think, now when I look at it, and maybe she'll agree, maybe not, I think that's what makes us work, is that we are opposite in many things. Maybe not directly opposite, but different.
Okay.
Well, honestly, I don't think I can stand someone that's just like me. So.
I don't like that you can admit that.
Hey, I'm annoying. I know that. And I annoy the hell out of her, but
you kind of enjoy it.
Well, I enjoy being mean, and I enjoy the fact that I annoy her, but she hasn't left. So, although when she was pregnant, she used to tell me. Did she tell the story about this?
No, that wasn't in our question
well,
list.
I used to come home, and she used to tell me, "I can't stand you, but you can't go anywhere. So I need you to be in the house, but I can't stand you around me. So you need to go downstairs." It's like, I'm sorry, I don't know why, but I can't stand you.
But you knew that was fair.
But then I think she even said, "I can't stand the way you look." Oh, okay. So I said, I'm just gonna go out. She said, "No, you can't, because I want you in the house." Okay.
So what did you do?
I stayed in the house and stayed away because, like I said, she has spidey sense. If she senses me, she's annoying.
I'm so sorry. You dealt with that for 9 months.
Yeah, but whenever I maybe even appear to be annoyed by it, it's just like, it's your fault. You're a baby. You did it. But I can't blame her for thinking that way.
So do you want more kids?
I always want more kids.
You did tell me that.
But I would say that I would not subject her to another pregnancy. It really is hard on her. So if anything, we kind of here and here, I mentioned here and there, I mentioned it, maybe we will adopt or, help out. And like if we need to help out someone, we most definitely would adopt. When I was working in family court in New York, there was an infant baby that was abandoned. And I almost thought about saying we should adopt, but then Leah came.
Okay. Next question. Ready? Okay. Does the Chinese community treat you any differently when they see you?
I think the Chinese community treat me pretty badly anyway sometimes,
regardless.
because I don't really fit in. So I would say, I've always felt like an outcast with the Chinese community. First of all, when I came here, I spoke, Chinese, and I really wanted to speak good English. Not that I'm really that good, but I really want to learn how to be more like Americans. So I purposely try not to speak Chinese. So I would go to Chinatown and speak English, which annoyed the hell out of everyone because my English wasn't that good.
Why specifically Chinatown?
Well, because I worked in Chinatown.
Oh, okay.
And then even later, I still go to Chinatown for a variety of reasons. But anyway, so I I will speak English, but
Okay.
it doesn't sound like I'm a native English speaker. So
Yeah.
it sounds like I'm a bougie Chinese guy who's trying to act like he's American. I think I got that vibe a lot.
Okay.
I don't really think I got the most hostility from any Chinese when I'm with Sue. Not just Sue, but when I'm with a black woman, I get the most hostility from black men.
Really?
Yes. Because, well, if you recall, and maybe I'm really stereotyping, is that for 10 years before I met Sue, the late 90s, early 2000s, the most interracial dating you see are white men and black women. Because a lot of black women went to black. So black men is already kind of like, I'm generalizing that they feel that white men are coming in and taking their women. And then that's the sense I get. It's like, why is the sister want to date someone who is not a black man? What about black men?
Yeah.
So that's the hostility I generally got. I remember I used to, before I met Sue, I used to go down to South Street with my ex or with anyone, with my friends who are black women, and I always get heckled at and stuff were said. I just used to it. I
Did you ever respond?
Yes, I was just about to tell you. I got into a fight at an arcade because I went with a friend who was on her birthday at 40th Street, and we went to an arcade, and then she was a little drunk, and then there was some guys trying to hit on her, and I just tried to stop them, and then we actually got into a fight out of it. Because it's like, why is this Asian guy doing it with this black guy? Yeah.
It's interesting. I always thought the jealousy was specifically towards white men versus like any other race.
Well, they do. I sort of understand that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think if they see someone who's good looking and they want to talk to the girl and she's with a guy who isn't black, then they're going to say something. Or they might even say something if the guy is black, right? Yeah. It's just, I mean, me and Sue used to go out to many places like clubs and stuff when we were a little younger, and people would still hit on her even when I'm around. Yeah. I mean, it still happens. Well, I mean,
so disrespectful.
Well, to be fair, this is how people think. When they see me with her, they might not even assume that we're together.
That you guys also still disrespectful.
I always feel like I say that all the time. She gets all the good attention, I get all the negative attention. She looks good, so people like, she gets all the good. People are very mean to me, and she said I bring it on to myself because she said I look mean, so people are mean to me, which is fair.
Do you think you walk around looking mean?
I'm not super smiley and friendly.
I mean, no, you're not super friendly, but like I don't really know anybody who walks around and just smiles.
Well, but I would say if you don't know me and you don't know much about Asians and how they're stereotyped with Asians, like Asians think they're better than everybody else. So if I'm not being overly friendly, maybe they think maybe it's a chip on their shoulder. They're thinking I'm thinking a certain way about them. And
okay.
Yeah.
Huh. This is our last question.
Okay.
Did you have any reservations about introducing Sue to your parents?
I did not.
Really?
Yes. I don't even know why I hesitated for a second. I did not. The reason is my ex-wife was black. And I had gone through a lot of stuff with my parents about my ex-wife.
Okay.
So I actually took her to see my parents the first time. I don't remember the specific. It's a very long time ago. It's probably like 20 some years ago. And they actually told me that they didn't understand why I married her, why she was there, but they spoke in Chinese, so
yeah,
she
so
didn't
she
know.
couldn't understand.
That really pissed me off, and I think we left. So this time, I think, and also I didn't speak to my mom for a long time after that. I do feel bad. I didn't speak to my mom for long periods of time for a variety of reasons, and that was one period where I thought that was justified in my view. But I think she also understood that she hurt me a lot by being that way. So this time was very simple. So introducing her wasn't a problem. Meeting for the first time wasn't a problem. It was all the friction that happened afterwards that was more the problem. I don't know if Sue touched on that. I'll talk about that, but there were frictions.
No, not in this.
Okay. Well, maybe we can have another video and talk about that because they came over when I was in my first year of law school, and Li Shen was just born, and then both sides. My mom really tried to be nice to Sue. Sue really tried to be nice to my mom, but the culture difference is so great, and it was first year of law school. It was really tough, and I really don't know how to bridge the two cultures at the time, and. I left China when I was 15, and I had them being a son to them for 15 years or more, and I didn't know how to navigate that myself. So instead of blaming me, they blamed on her. Because it's natural, and I told Sue the other day that it's natural for Chinese culture that the women has a lot of influence on men in marriages. So when there's a in-law relationship that's not kosher, that's usually because the woman is speaking, whispering in the husband's ear. So they assume that whatever friction I had with them was because of her. Which is totally not the case. I'm just an ass all on my own. As a matter of fact, Sue has tried very hard to get me to be a better son. And I think, it's been 10 years since they come here almost. And I think they've gotten to the point. They understand now that Sue is nicer than me. And all the problem is just me not being, a nice son because I left at 15 and I was a boy and I really didn't have parents for a long time and I just didn't know how to deal with it.
Gotcha.
It was my fault. I tell son it was my fault. But
in what ways did she try to help you to be a better son? Encourage you?
Well, I'm not very so she encouraged me to spend time with my parents and be thoughtful. I'm not very thoughtful in certain ways. I'm thoughtful in my own way, so I think. I'm considering in my own ways, but not in a cordial, decorum, courtesy kind of way. So she frequently reminded me to be more thoughtful and be better in that way.
Nice.
I mean, that's what I like about black women. I mean, I said that before. It's black women.
You think that's a black woman thing?
I don't know. I can't say that I know much about white women. I know about Asian women, but not Asian women in this country. But what I have noticed is that there are a lot of women-led households, at least in the black community, and then they make the best. They are the best leader for the head of the house. So they make sure everybody is well taken care of. They look out for all the I don't want to go into stereotype things. People are going to call me. So it's not my place to talk about anyone but what my experiences are. And my experiences are black women are the strong bond in the family generally that holds the family together. So I think she also has that, and she helped me in aspects of that for sure.
This has such a sweet story.
Sweet?
Yeah, I like your story. I mean, the way everything unfolded. Pretty nice. I think going back to the first question though, you didn't name something specific that you were attracted to in Sue. I think you sort of generalized or went into a conversation specifically talking about how we all look at, today's beauty standards. But you didn't say that there was something specific, at least not as the specific answer that she gave me about you. So I just want to make sure that I have that answer from you.
So I think there was a photo that we took when I first met her. She came to my office and we took a photo, which is it's a shot from the top down on the corner, and she looked up this way. It's just a side view, and her hair was very just the natural, and then she looked up. The hair and her skin color was amazing.
So specifically those two things.
Yeah, I can get, and then her eyes. So I think the skin color, her eyes, and hair, I can get lost in her, and it's funny because she looks really mean to me. I feel she has this silly look. When I look at her, she can look at me and she's burning right through my soul. So whatever bad things or whatever, how do I say it? Whatever things that are not good in my head is just gonna burn right through. So she's like, she keep me on my toes, and that's the look, and she has this look. So like, and you know, in the morning I'll go downstairs and I see her and she look at me that way. I'm like, what? So like, I'm on my toes. Like, what did I do? But so I think the personality mix, the personality match, it was great. So yes, and I think it was a good combination. Before her first time was the photos, I was really attracted to her photos, and then she showed up in person, and she was quiet, so she didn't really talk much. So it's all about me observing her and reactions and the look and that she gave me, and so I feel like she was good for my soul. Let me just. Okay. That was so sweet. I had to absorb that response. Yes, she's good for my soul because I'm a sort of a lost soul for a long time. When you met me in school, I was already with her. Yeah, and things were already kind of like calm in my life. But
were you guys married when you met me?
I don't know what semester we met, but I think we got married right.
Was it right after we then?
Yes, I think. Yeah, okay. So right. I think right after I graduated, or right before I graduated.
Okay, so
because we graduated in May, so we got married.
You graduated before May.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I had August graduations, but
I had it December.
Okay, yeah. But anyway, so I I just think that I was sort of a lost soul. I had a lot of issues in my personal life, and me on my own were just not a happy occurrence. So she added something to me and fit me perfectly and turned my world into a happy, I don't want to say medium, but a happy circumstance, if that makes any sense. So we had a great time answering these questions. I have no idea what you said.
I have no idea what you said. I hope she added in that extra question that I wanted her to ask.
No, I don't know what it is, but...
Did you get 5 questions or 4?
I didn't get.
Did he get 5 questions? Oh, okay. All right.
But, you know, it was just normal answers. Nothing new. I have no idea what you said. So, she said something about your answer that I thought surprised me. So, I guess we'll have to reconcile that later.
That was the point of this experiment.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed answering questions. I might not enjoy her answer. We'll see how that goes.
You'll enjoy my answers. I don't know what your answers were.
You know, because I just told things that you said in the past.
I said in the past.
Yeah, you'll see. All right. So maybe we should do it again.
Yes.
Better, more intimate questions. All right. You're trying to get us in trouble.
They will be tasteful. Maybe.
Okay. All right. Well, until next time.
Yes. We'll see you again soon. Like, subscribe, share.
And comment.
Oh, yes. And comment. Thank you, Tati.
All right. See you next time.